Hello, I'm Mare, and I was recently asked to update my About Me video that I have on my social media pages, and so here I am updating. Um, and rightfully so, because my video is a few years old now, and I think I'm a lot less chunkier then, and I know my hair's quite a bit shorter too, but that's not why we're here. Anyway, if you're watching, thank you. And as I said, I'm Mare. I'm a psychologist and I'm also a psychotherapist. And I've been doing this now for 25 plus years. I was originally educated and trained in the United States, where I lived for almost 20 years in Chicago, Illinois. I went through all my education, my schooling there. It took me nearly 9 years, a little bit over, for all the training and education. But I feel very fortunate for what I have, and although it was hard work, I'm glad I have it. No one can take it from me. I originally had no intentions of going into the mental health or the psychology field. I wanted to be a trained actress and a professional singer. And unfortunately, that wasn't to happen. That wasn't going to happen for me. My journey took me elsewhere, but that would have been the dream. And I think some aspects of what I do with my job now definitely tap into that love for public speaking and being with others. So when I was in the States, I moved there when I was 19, and I took a class called An Introduction to Addiction, where I was literally hooked, and the pun was intended there. And I just, fell in love with the field, and took my undergrad and then went to graduate school, as they call it in the States as well, and got myself my licensure in mental health and addictions. And then I went on to do a number of different specialties as well, including cognitive behavioural therapy, dialectical behavioural therapy. I got my licensed addictions counsellor certification as well. And while I was in the States, I worked in many different areas, including a community mental health centre, inpatient psychiatric hospital, outpatient facility as well for treatment for mental health and addiction. I had a private practice for over 10 years, which I loved. I worked with individuals, couples therapy, as well as groups. I did that for over 10 years, as I said. Yeah, and I was really fortunate in and I made a lot of good choices for myself, where my career, I was able to market myself in different areas and get trained in many different areas. I've been home now more than 10 years. I can't believe it. I'm almost 50. Can't believe that either. But I've been home for, like I said, over 10 years, and I live up in the west coast of Scotland, just outside of Glasgow, a couple of hours outside of Glasgow, in a really beautiful area. So I'm very fortunate to have that. And what I do work-wise now, well, I'm self-employed, which I love. Allows me to be at home and here for my kids as well when they come home from school. I offer individual therapy. I offer supervision. So I supervise other fellow counsellors and supervise them in their caseload, which I love. And then the bulk of my work is actually in teaching and training. So I work for a number of different organisations as a freelancer. And I teach and train people to be counsellors, as well as in my own private work, my own private business. I also offer mental health and wellness training too, which I love. And I think because I wanted to be an actress and etc., I think there's a part of all of that feeds into it, and I just get such a buzz working with people. Yeah, and then personally, I'm married to a lovely guy called Steve, who's just the kindest person I think I know, just a good egg. It took me a long time to find the good egg, but I did. I have 3 children, and my oldest is 11, and then I have 8-year-old twins as well, and they keep us very busy. All boys. And then on top of that, I also have 2 dogs, 2 doodles, Dolly and Dougal, the sheepadoodle, and Dolly's an Aussie Labradoodle, and they're lovely, they're great. I can't say enough about doodles. I've just fell in love with them, and I know they're very popular, so I'm very blessed to have 2 lovely little dogs as well. Dougal's quite big. But yeah, I'm very blessed. And what I like to do for spare time, and I do get spare time, downtime. I just like being with my family. I love being out in nature. I live in a really beautiful area, so there's loads to do outside when it's not raining. But I love just being out with the dogs and walking. I love anything true crime. I love podcasts. The true crime stuff, I'm a complete scaredy cat, but I love it anyway. And I read a lot. I read a lot, and I order a lot of books that I don't always get to right away, but I do at some point. And I just also love reading anything about psychology, mental health, research in the area, what's coming up, what's new, what's best for our clients, etc. too. I love reading about that as well. And also just connection. Connection's really important to me, whether it be personally or professionally. It's so important that I connect with my clients, with my students, and with my supervisees, and then just the people in my life. I don't do small talk very well at this point, but I have to do it sometimes professionally, I suppose. But connection's so important at this. It's just so important. So that's a little about me. A little updated version of me. If you're interested and you want to learn more, you can visit my website, which has just recently been updated, merelkingreener.com, and you can contact me via there too. You can also follow me on YouTube. I have my YouTube channel, which I'm currently building. It's a very early days, and you can reach me there at Mer Psychologist is my handle there. And then I also have my Instagram, which is, I think, Mer Psychologist as well, or maybe it's MHM Training, one of those. Anyway, thank you if you've lasted this long, and thanks for watching. And as always, be kind to yourselves.